Nightmargin Jumpscare. You might know them better as one of the main creators of One Shot. So that's something. I've been waiting because, I don't know, these past few days have just been kind of slow. I mean, nothing really happened yesterday on April 2nd of 2025. Nothing special happened at all, and I'm very normal about the events of yesterday. So I'm glad that something exciting is finally happening right now because I'm very normal. Hello, musical team of champions, Toby Fox, Morusk, Nightmargin? Yes, indeed, Nightmargin, the co-creator of One Shot, joins the all-star gang of artists who composed tracks for a new version of Off. Nightmargin interview. Currently working on Margin of the Strange. Highly recommend following that. It looks very interesting. When did you first play Off? How did you discover Off? Back in 2012, I want to say summer 2012, I saw fan art of some Off characters on Tumblr from time to time, but since I followed mostly artists from the original character community, for a long time I just assumed those were people's OCs from a webcomic concept or something. They just had the vibe. Turns out I wasn't that far off from the truth. Heh. I first played the game in January 2013 during college, but back when it was probably at its peak popularity. The community was super active back then, and it was so fun seeing everyone's art. How does it influence your own work? The geometry. Because it's just a top-down game, I'm guessing. What is the answer to the third phone puzzle? It's been 4 years since I've last played the game, and my memories of most of the puzzles in the game have been erased. Just like when spoilers, the batter spoilers, and spoilers, and the spoilers. Who's your favorite character? The Judge. Come to think of it, I think my decision to make a protagonist with huge cat eyes was probably partially due to me drawing the Judge so much back then. He's so cute. If the universe ever decides to grace me with a white cat of my own, I will name him Pablo and teach him to talk. Incredible. What part of the game are you most excited for new people to play? The geometry, of course. What do you think fans of your own game would like about Off? The love of weird little RPG maker adventure games is embedded within one's soul, isn't it? Though an unfathomably vast network of 16 by 16 pixel grids on the metaphysical plane we are connected, and we are compelled to play as many as we could. It's a genre on its own, and I think Off is one of my favorite examples of games like this. The world building and atmosphere just can't be beat. It's a classic for a reason. To be completely frank, I think it's a huge honor for anyone to consider our game to be even in the same league. It feels like the batter himself personally gave me a gold medal and a thumbs up while being completely deadpan about it. The medal just says baseball. Also, Off has cute cats and a funny guy pretending to be a cat and meows at you. There's probably some demographic overlap there. Sure. Alphys would probably be a fan now that I think about it. Interesting. Something to consider. An Alphys Zachary crossover. Huh. What element are you? Gently bonks my robotic skull with my fist and makes a horrible clanging noise. Metal! How did Off influence your approach to game design? This one is a bit of a sentimental story for me. I met a good friend through the Off community a decade ago who used to talk to me about game design just about every day. His name was Felix, also known as Felix the Judge in the community, and he learned to make games through a developing home, an Off fan game where you can play as the Judge and have a full party with other cats. Because the Judge is my favorite character, Home naturally caught my attention, and I became friends with Felix shortly afterwards. We got into game dev and RPG Maker dev around the same time, and I was always impressed with what he was doing, be it music, puzzle design, mechanics design, you name it. We used to talk almost daily about these scenes. He was very supportive during my low points, and I took a lot of his words and advice to heart, advice that helped me immensely during the development of One Shot and for the years to come. I'm grateful that I got to meet him, and I'm grateful that Off allowed us to meet. Thoughts about working on the soundtrack. Off's original soundtrack is maybe one of my favorite game soundtracks ever, so the thought of trying to live up to even a fraction of that is extremely intimidating despite my limited role. I wouldn't dare to think of any of my songs as ever replacing the original songs because they are so irreplaceable. Felix also greatly loved the soundtrack for Off. He studied it for years and wrote a ton of music inspired by it, most of which were for his fan game Home, but he also happily contributed to many other fan games made by the community. We did a music collab back in 2016, where he asked me to write a short piano sample for him. Then he took that sample and made it all ambient-like, and it turned out so awesome. He wanted to make more collabs like that, or even work together on a small game, a prospect I was really excited about, so much that I bought him a copy of RPG Maker XP for him that Christmas, but he passed away a few months afterwards. My contributions to the Off soundtrack are based on the piano sample as a tribute to Felix. I cried a lot while writing them, but the process gave me some sense of closure. It's comforting to think of it as putting a nice memory of him into his favorite game. We all love him and miss him very much. I've actually heard of Home, but I never got around to playing it. I really should play that sometime. Alright. Well, I'm happy for Nightmargin. Even if now my voice is slightly tired, but I say just go back that way. There you go, computers and stuff. What a pleasure to have her among us. What is wrong with me? Anyways, her team's unique game, imbued with a melancholic and eerie atmosphere, is a very obvious member of a cyber family tree in which Off has a place a few generations above. In a kind of metaphorical euphoria, one could say that Nightmargin, as creator, took the torch, or rather, the sun, wink wink, that I myself had filled, I'm guessing that's supposed to say, by the wayside. Or is it filed? I don't know. To carry it further on another road into another dream. I am honored and happy that she is among the contributors to the new version. It's like a circle closing, a day rising after a long night, a cookie delicious again long after its expiration date. No, this last metaphor isn't as good, I cancel it. I hope you enjoy the pieces she composed as much as I do. I bid you farewell and see you soon for more news as impactful as a baseball bat hits. Hi everyone, the entire dev team has been hard at work this past month with more additions to combat while working on adding support for the Steam Deck. We're very excited to show you the new combat system soon, and you might get an early sneak peek if you follow us on our social media pages. Ooh. We're proud to say that we have hit over 80,000 wishlists and are on our way to 100,000. Thank you very much for your support so far on Steam. Every single wishlist helps us immensely. If you haven't yet, please wishlist a game on Steam. Alright. This is like the Avengers of indie developers. So this might be a little weird for me to say, but on the off chance Nightmargin were to see this video, I think One Shot is a really amazing game, and I think everything else you make is absolutely amazing too. And I am so awkward. Basically, I think Felix would be proud of you. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And I think you inspired a lot of people yourself at this point. So, thank you.